Excuse me, is anybody sitting here? Sorry, this seat's taken. Sorry.
Brady, this is our first in-person episode.
We're here, man.
In-person episode since you became co-host, which, by the way, is coming up on the anniversary. I don't know if you
It's
knew
so crazy.
since you've been on for 1 full year.
Time flies, man. What was the first one we did?
It was a summer blockbuster. I don't remember which one it was. Where was it? It was a big one.
For last year? Trying to think of what big movie. We had like the weekend that How to Train Your Dragon came out, but I don't think it was that.
That was
Must have
early
been a
this.
little bit
Was that
after.
early this year? That was early last year. No, I can't remember. It was like a big one because I remember I said it was. No, it's not Sinners. I said you did come on for Sinners,
Yeah.
but it was a big blockbuster one, and I
Mission
wanted you
Impossible?
specifically. No, that was like August. I'm pretty sure.
I think Mission Impossible. Yeah, we're
Overthinking it.
We'll
We're overthinking it. But it's been 1 full year. Like you've been on the podcast many times before then, but like it was official. This is the first time on here. 52 episodes it's been.
Ooh,
Yeah.
let's go, man. Look at
Yeah,
us go.
yeah.
Good to be here.
So you're in town for the time, so it's perfect timing. And this is going to be a big episode because
Yeah.
we're talking about just a lot of big news coming out and a lot of big movies that we just saw. You're coming fresh off of Toy Story 5.
Literally just
We're
left
getting your
the
hot
theater.
take first. It's like we talk about all the time, like sometimes our ratings change after like a while from sitting after it.
Significantly.
But, so we're getting your first reaction. So I'm excited to hear about it. Toy Story 5 came out. We're going to be talking about that today. And then I seen The Death of Robin Hood with Hugh Jackman.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about that.
Please.
I know you're not a big horror movie. I would not consider this at all a horror movie. If you sat through Logan, you can sit through this. It's just very gory.
I like gore. I like
Do you?
thrillers. I can do the gore. It's just
Really?
the hauntingness of horror movies, or like the stress behind something trying to scare you that does not vibe with me whatsoever.
Interesting. Yeah, you can definitely handle this. Like there are a couple. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
But and I'd seen the new Netflix movie that just dropped, Voicemails to Isabel.
Okay, you know I love me a great rom-com.
You are gonna love this movie then,
Let's
because
go.
I did. I think I don't know if you saw my rating in my letterbox. I gave it like a 1.5 star.
But it's
But-
going to be fantastic.
But I did see on Letterboxd the average like 3. So I mean, like I'm just
Okay,
the minority
yeah.
in it.
Well, you hate love, so you know.
I'm famous for hating love. Yeah. But before we get into all that, just talk about movie news. I think I texted you immediately when we found out Spider-Man brand new day tickets went on sale. And to my surprise and your surprise, they are not showing it at IMAX.
Crazy to me.
Yeah.
And it flew under the radar. Like me and you both
Very
were. I was so much so that I went to go get the tickets in Louisville, and then I had to check our normal theater, and I'm like, maybe there's a glitch going on. And then you texted me as I was looking. I said, yeah, this is impossible.
It's insane. It's insane because we already talked about like earlier this year, but like Dune and Avengers Doomsday are coming out the same day. And Dune already called the IMAX screens for that week.
Which is
like the 2
still
weeks.
crazy they let that happen.
To their credit, Marvel did try coming back like, oh, you can see it on, was it Vision Tube or
Yeah,
something like that?
yeah.
Vision Quest, that's what it is. But I was like, it really doesn't mean anything.
At all.
It doesn't mean
actually,
anything.
at all. And Marvel is such a bigger company, a bigger entity. And this is like the thing that they're trying to get people to come back and buy into the MCU again. So for them to lose out on the IMAX battle to Dune, and listen, Dune 2, one of the greatest movies of all time for me. I think that's, Dennis Villeneuve in his prime right now. But if you ask me which one is worth seeing in IMAX, I gotta go Doomsday.
Really? Over
Yeah.
Avengers? Okay.
No, Doomsday.
Okay, Doomsday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but like, that's, I mean, okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
There's 2 big movies competing against each other. This one, I get it. I mean, it's Spider-Man brand new day. It's on its own day. It's July 31st is coming out. And I think the IMAXs are still reserved for Odyssey,
For the Odyssey.
which is insane because I text you, like, that's 2 weeks before it comes out. It's going to be that
typically
big.
by week 3, you would think that they would, release them. I know. Yeah.
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 You wear an IMAX hat because of him,
Listen, and obviously that's translated to even Ryan Coogler. Like he owns IMAX, and they literally are developing better technology and cameras at his behest. It's crazy.
Yeah. But 2 weeks holding on to it is insane.
Do you think that it would be worth pushing Spider-Man back a week if they could release it in IMAX?
I don't think I would want Spider-Man pushed back. I would wish Odyssey moved up forward.
See, well, this is the thing too. Remember, they moved Spider-Man a few times.
Yeah.
I'm used to Spider-Man coming out on that 4th of July weekend. Like that's typically the early July spot for it. So I was surprised that they even have it so late, in the summer anyway.
I'm trying to think what is coming out 4th of July weekend.
4th of July weekend this year, nothing.
Nothing too big,
because
right?
we got Supergirl coming out the weekend before.
Which is insane. I would think you would put that in 4th of July. But I guess the same month you would want competing with another superhero.
And you still got it going on. Yeah, I have no idea, but Listen, people, I'm sure they did their data and market analysis.
I'm sure.
It's something that's working for them.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
tell
just
you
upset.
what, even without IMAX, tickets sold out immediately. So they're clearly doing something right.
Yeah, but I'm just more upset, like, because like I was looking forward to sitting in that nerd audience in the IMAX with everybody, because that's the best feeling as a Marvel fan, is like going there and seeing everybody, react the same way. Like, I bought tickets at a regular screen, like I think one of those screen DLX or something like that, like something nothing too fancy. I think there's maybe like one other couple who bought the tickets. Opening, I did
Really?
buy mine opening day, like first thing in the morning for this theater, but I did look this morning and still, like, not a lot more people have bought the tickets.
Yeah.
Granted, we are over a month out. It's gonna
But
pay.
still, I know that Amazon does the pre-screening right the day before, so those tickets went on sale. It's like swing in the theaters and see Spider-Man early. Those sold out within 30 minutes. So I know that at least pockets of nerds are like still anticipating, and even everybody who's not necessarily nerd, they're gonna go see it in the evening slot. So those are the ones that
I bought my prime time, 6:00.
Really?
Yeah.
And still nothing?
No, granted, there are a lot of showings. They are on a lot of screens.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe mine just isn't enough, because you're talking about Showplace 16 you just came from.
Yeah.
I bought mine in Showplace 12, only because I like their seats are more comfortable.
Okay.
Those seats are more comfortable.
I have thoughts on this Showplace, by the way.
The ones that are like right next to each other?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's money laundering.
And they're small. Like, it's money laundering. That's crazy.
That's why there's like eight mattress firms there.
Yeah, no, literally. And like, even like for an IMAX theater, and this is the theater I grew up in, I walked in and I was like, man, I saw Winter Soldier in this theater. Like, it's very nostalgic.
You haven't been in this theater in a minute.
Yeah, like literally. Well, I guess I went to go see Zootopia in that theater like last year, but before that, like, that was also at night, very rushed. This time I had more time to sit around. I got popcorn. I did the whole thing, but I was like, this is a ripoff. Like, this is probably the worst IMAX seating that I've seen so far.
The seats are probably there from like 2002.
Easily.
And they don't. It pisses me off so much with our theaters here. Specific, they don't list like what movie's showing in the theater. Like, they don't even put the time. It's just a blank screen. That irks me. I get it because like to stop people from theater hopping.
No, that's not how that works.
No,
it's nostalgic. It's what you come to the theater when you ask somebody like, hey, name 5 things that you expect to see at a theater. Yeah, it's definitely on the list.
Even like, I like the newer ones too, where they have like a digital poster right outside the door.
Those are really cool.
This one, like, if you have to look at your ticket to see what theater I'm in. I don't know. This one's just so outdated. It needs updated.
But to your point, with the IMAX being gone, is because it's so spread out. Like, everyone's just gonna kind of watch on their time. But when there's an IMAX, it's like everyone knows at 6 p.m. that's the showing you go to. So I can absolutely see that why it's not completely filled.
But even then, I mean, I like going to this IMAX because it's nostalgia for me. It's our hometown theater. But you go to Imagine, like, another 10 minutes the other way. Those theaters, all the screens are just that big, and more comfortable seating. The only reason I don't go over there is, like, one, they don't have a membership like AMC Premiere Plus. Yeah, they got them on that, because if they did, I would definitely switch over. Yeah. I don't mind. But two, like I said, it's about a 10-minute extra drive. I wouldn't mind making that drive, but I'm not buying a ticket every single time to go, because we just go to.
Yeah, it's worth it for like the bigger movies, but the A-list is just it has me in a chokehold. Mm-hmm. Like, it really is just such the greatest deal. Even today, I'm in a theater full of kids and families, and they're like, a special thanks to the A-list, and I can't help but to wave at everybody and let them know that I'm the one keeping this.
I don't do that, but my dad is an A-lister too, and he loves to do that. He loves to make sure people know.
I like the videos where people are standing up.
That's my dad. He made me take a video and do that once, and he's mad I haven't posted it yet.
Give that man his spotlight.
I'll give him a shout out. But other movie news, we got a teaser trailer for Shrek 5. You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't.
Man,
you gotta tell me about
knowing you're not gonna like it.
No, I know I didn't really love this. The one with Zendaya, right?
Yes, Zendaya, Marcelo Hernandez, and who's the other? Oh, it's the guy from. He's coming out with Meet the Fockers movie coming out. He's Ben Stiller's son. Oh, jeez, what else has he been at? You've seen him?
Dave Franco?
No. He was in Superman. He was in Superman, who was dating that chick who helped him save the day at the end of the day.
Jimmy Olsen?
Yes, Jimmy Olsen. Okay. They're voicing the two brothers, and Zendaya's a daughter. So, I mean, this is about like Zendaya's going out to like school or college, whatever it may be, in like not far away land, but further away land.
Interesting.
And something evil or suspicious is going on there that Shrek and the family have to go warn her about. And really, you don't really see Zendaya's character too much at all in this trailer, and barely even so like the brothers. But I mean, it's just a teaser trailer. It's mostly like you see animation of it, which I I'm not gonna say I don't like it. It's just
You're
different.
making me nervous.
It's just different.
Okay.
It's different, but the jokes seem to be kind of there. I don't know, maybe because like it's very tapped into what's happening now. Like there's like that cookie, what's his name? The gingerbread cookie, like is twerking in this. I don't know. He has like gummy drops on his butt and he just twerks it off.
Oh, that's inappropriate.
Yeah, it's some crazy
Don't
stuff.
love it.
But I mean, like they always do incorporate a lot of like adult themed jokes in these movies. Like there was cops and that and the one of them.
But like it's subliminal messaging, right? It's supposed to be something that the kids don't get, but the parents do. Like there's even a few of those in Toy Story.
Yeah.
But for it to be that in your face, I don't think that's the same formula.
I don't think it's gonna beat any other previous Shrek movies with the records. If it does, I would solely credit it to Zendaya, maybe.
Yeah.
Zendaya and maybe the brothers, because they might be funny. Again, this is just a teaser trailer. It was only like 20, 30 seconds long. So otherwise, it was just pretty much to get to you like, hey, this is the animations like we're doing, basically. It doesn't give too much away about the plot or anything like that. But Donkey is going to get his own spin-off movie too, eventually.
Of course. You got to tap into what works. That being said, are you a Toy Story or Shrek 1 or Shrek 2 guy?
Ooh, Shrek 2 is the one where they meet the parents.
A hero. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I want to say Shrek 1. If I'm going to put on a Shrek movie, it's going to be the first Shrek.
Okay.
Now, the only time I would see Shrek 2 is if I see Shrek 1 right before it,
Yeah, it leads right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought that I was a Shrek 1 guy. I mean, I swore by it, but we just did a recent rewatch, and I was like, Shrek 2 is a significantly better movie. And I hate to say...
I mean, story-wise, yes. Story-wise, yes.
I was like begrudgingly sitting there like, I don't remember it being this, like, if it's all right. Dude, Fairy Godmother comes out, changes the whole dynamic of the
that singing, that solo song alone was awesome.
One of the best scenes in any movie.
Yeah, yeah. So, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it's coming out this year. I would admit, I think it's November if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we'll see when it comes out. Big movie news: Jim Carrey may return for the How the Grinch Stole Christmas sequel. With, Ron Howard coming back to direct.
I did see this.
How are you feeling about that?
You know what? Jim Carrey in X movie equals happy me. Like,
first of all, like I'm so tired of Jim Carrey saying like I'm retired, and he keeps coming back with like another movie. Not only the movie, a kid's movie,
very much so. And he said that he was done acting. He actually went out of his way to talk about how Sonic was going to be his last movie.
Sonic 3, I think.
Yeah, because he wanted to go out on like that. So every time I hear like he's doing something, obviously he had that controversy with his surgery or the clone, and they were trying to figure out if it was the real him back then. But I think for Grinch, he gets the red carpet rolled out if he wants to do that again.
Yeah. I mean, he's been offered to do the sequel to that movie for years, like almost like immediately after it came out.
Yeah.
Like he always turned it down because it was never about the money for him and it was just about the story. So I would imagine the story is going to be something great if he has to come out of retirement.
Or he's just trolling us. Like there's only two options. It's either like a script that he couldn't say no to, or he's like, this is just hilarious. And then he's going to do it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we're going to ever think something like that is going to be as great as the first one, just because like those movies are catered to like children now, like we just don't have the same humor as children.
Yeah, but I watch it every single Christmas without fail. And yes, there's some nostalgia to it, like, oh, this, puts me back, but it's also like fun. It's a good time. It's highly quotable. It's obviously ingrained in our pop culture. So, I don't necessarily think it has to match what the first one did, but if it's still in the same realm of like, hell yeah, then it's worth it.
Yeah. I'm going to be tuned for it. Again, it keeps saying there's a ton of news articles like he's coming back. I don't think it's official. It just says
speculation.
And people go crazy out of their way with their news articles. Anna Taylor-Joy, Kate Winslet, Jamie Dornan, and Leo Woodwall are among the cast joining Andy Serkis for the Lord of the Rings: The Hunt of Gollum. Are you a big Lord of the Rings fan?
I appreciate them.
Okay.
I actually love every single one of them. Return of the King is one of the greatest movies of all time. Two Towers. What are we talking about, right? Phenomenal. I just don't have the same rewatchability, urge to rewatch them as I do for my other fandoms. What about you?
Again, I think it's going to be similar to Harry Potter. Like,
okay.
I didn't really care for it. But once you start like getting in the lore of it, like listening to the books, like watching the movies, it's probably going to change. So I want to do a rewatch. But you're throwing Anna Taylor-Joy in there. Like she was my celebrity crush for a while.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to watch it just for her alone. Andy Serkis is also in it too, and he's also in the originals. But like, I don't know if he's directing it or not. I wouldn't be surprised if he is.
Yeah, he's done well so far. I think what's he directed? Obviously, Venom. I want to say one of the Planet of the Apes movies.
He was Caesar. I don't know if he directed
Yeah,
them.
yeah. I know he was heavily involved, but I trust his vision. Obviously, when it comes to he's more so known for what he can do with mocap and all that fun stuff. But I think this is a great cast to get together. Lord of the Rings, because they did so well. It's a high bar.
Did you watch that show on Prime?
Rings of Power, yeah.
And what was it?
Yeah. The first season was not great for me, but again, I'm not as invested in the lore.
Yeah. Speaking of TV shows, I got a couple that are returning. House of Dragon season 3's
Sunday,
premiere.
brother.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Oh no, you don't watch it.
I'm not into that.
Oh my
I really was a
gosh.
fan of that A Knight's Tale
Yeah,
we talked about.
Night in the Seven Kingdoms.
Night in the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah.
That was
You loved
a
it.
great show. I loved it. But I remember a lot of people not loving House of Dragon.
It's slow.
Yeah.
It's very slow. It did do a great job of bringing us back to the Game of Thrones universe, and obviously coming out of season, the last seasons of Game of Thrones, it was real tough. A lot of tension with the fans. When you do a story that some people already know the ending to as well, that makes it a little bit more complicated. So,
How do you know the ending?
because they talk about it.
Oh.
Well, one in the books, but they also talk about it in the TV show as well. I don't remember them talking about it.
So it's a prequel?
Yeah. It
Oh.
happens years and years before that. So similar to A Night in the Seven Kingdoms,
Yeah.
it's a story that exists as history in the world, I guess. But the show's, listen, it has some badass moments, and it has like really great characters. There's a lot of things to resonate with, but
Yeah.
you gotta end on a high note. This is the last season.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this is going to be 8 episodes coming out weekly. Something to look forward to every single week. Now we're going to jump over to Hulu because season 5 is the last season of The Bear 2 coming out. This is going to be 8 episodes, but they're all dumping all at once.
And you know how I feel about this.
I hate
what are
it
your
too.
thoughts?
I hate it too. So supposedly I watched the trailer today. Supposedly the last season it's 8 episodes. It's all one day though. They're going to pit.
Oh,
It's going to be all one day.
why?
I don't know. I mean, it's the trailers, you see them dealing with like a flood or something like that. And yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
I kind of do
I hate
too.
that. I hate
kinda
that.
do too.
I reserve the right to be surprised. Right.
The other seasons were longer than that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like 13 episodes or something like that.
But they were also like, I don't know how long of a length of time they were. Like was it a few weeks? Was obviously like one was like almost half a year long when they were opening up the restaurant. To do the last season in one day is a very interesting choice from a character development perspective.
Because we left off with them questioning
because Carmi's leaving.
not just Carmi, with like their investor who's, I forgot whether his uncle or something like that, who was funding the place. Wasn't he like struggling to pay money or something like that?
Yeah, well, he was about to pull the plug, but they still had a contract, I believe, or something like that. So I think that was like the whole issue is like Carmi leaving and kind of leaving it with them to either survive or fail. So that's why I'm like, I don't know necessarily if doing that all in one day gives me enough to have closure and everything that's come before.
I can't see a spinoff happening like with almost any one of these characters. But I'm gonna tell you who I think it would be, and I can't remember his name. He was in addition to like the last 2 seasons, like the guy from Meet the Millers with the eyebrows.
He plays Adam.
Yes,
And
Adam Warlock.
what's his actual name? That's gonna bother me.
But I could see he was barely in the show, and he was hinted to have a bigger past that we don't really explore too much, and he was overseas a lot. I would love to follow his story.
Yeah,
He seemed like a badass too with the kitchen.
Well, and he does desserts. It's his thing. So I don't really know how much
He could team up with that other guy who does desserts.
Yeah,
too,
well, they did that in the last season.
Yeah.
That was like he said, "Hey, man, I got you some help," and then he comes around, which is
that's such a great scene. Those two,
Will Poulter.
Thank you. But everyone in that whole cast either really came out with the show like shining. Like they really blew up in that show. It's phenomenal, and I can't see anyone being not returning that. I'm gonna I'm kind of glad they'll stay behind or something like that. But I really can't imagine anybody like not being in the show.
Yeah, I think like obviously Jeremy Allen White probably wants to move on.
So, I get it. He's a big star.
Yeah, I just when you say spinoff, it makes me nervous because the thing that kind of works with the show is Carmi, his family history, obviously like the legacy. So like it would be a completely different show, which is fine.
Yeah,
but
which is why I picked Will Poulter. Like he's not. He's there right now. Yeah, he's there right now, but he's like a cameo of anything right now.
But did they do enough to build the world that I want to see somebody else like? That's what I'm saying. Like, just because you put the beef or the bear in front of the spinoff name doesn't mean that it's it's going to
Yeah.
be the same show.
Yeah, you can't do like AO coming off of her own show or like that, which I think she might be done with shows too. She's a movie star now. I'm gonna call her.
You can do well.
She's also a writer.
Everyone's going back and forth now. You know, it's a new age.
Yeah, I think what helps that is like miniseries is a big get for people.
Limited series, HBO existing, Apple TV, like they can kind of just hop in, create something great.
Yeah, you know, Jake Gyllenhaal has like a couple of series on Apple TV, like just kind of insane. Yeah, but we're here to talk about Toy Story 5. There's a lot going on with this movie. I seen it opening night, Thursday night. I bought my ticket. I went with a friend who was a Disney adult, so I like to hear her take on it. But we're going to be talking about Toy Story 5. Toy Story 5. Ocean Collects, I'll shout her out on the podcast. That's who I went to see the movie with. Her Instagram handles Ocean Collects. She's a big Pokemon content creator, but she does the Disney adult stuff too.
Heck yeah.
She told me about the lore, but like these is like I can't remember. Excuse me, I'm gonna butcher it, but like these cards that specifically for Pixar movies, like trading cards almost. It's like Pokemon with Disney, and they're worth money. The packs themselves are exactly like Pokemon. They come in a pack, and you go. But there's some cards worth like 20 grand. If you get like a certain Buzz Lightyear card and stuff like that, it's 20 grand.
Interesting.
And some AMCs at the DLX theaters specifically, those ticket purchase, they give you a pack for free. Which I was talking to her, like, I was hoping like you like a little cowboy pin or something like that.
Yeah,
with this
that'd
thing.
be neat.
It didn't do nothing.
We talked about like they got to get back to giving some real, swag after you go see these.
Swag, yeah. And not even a poster.
Really?
No.
All right.
So
every movie had a poster, and Toy Story 5 didn't. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah. So fresh off the boat, Toy Story 5, you're coming right off of it. Where does this rank in the list of the Toy Story franchise for you?
Like out of the
let's rank them all. Rank them all.
Yeah, rank them all. So I'm a Toy Story 1.
Yeah, obviously that's my number one.
It's number one. It has to be. I go 1, 3, 2 for the original trilogy. I love Toy Story 3.
Nothing wrong with 2.
It's just Toy Story 3 is so emotional. The scene of them going into the furnace is burned into my brain as an emotion.
It's very dark for a kids movie.
Oh, dude. And like people were
just accepting it.
They're just like holding each other. And like there was pranks where like people were editing it and then like cutting it off for like the rest of their friends and family who hadn't seen it yet. Like I love that. So 1, 3, 2, 5, 4 for me.
1, 3, 2, 5, 4. So mine's 1, 3, 5, 4, 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
It broke the top 3 for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to please say more.
So like I said, there's nothing bad. Like it just happens to be that order. There's nothing wrong with the other ones. Like 2 being like, I liked it a lot. 1 is just nostalgic. It's the first one that broke into interest. It's groundbreaking. And I was thinking about it like, and Pixar was the first, Toy Story was the first Pixar movie. Big movie. And I was like, why is that connected? Why is it just so much better than like Monsters Inc. or Finding Nemo and stuff? Like, why is there so much more? It's like, it's because it's real. Like, I can go home and play with Buzz and Andy by myself too. I can't go home and play with or talk to a fish. I can't go like talk to my cars outside, you know?
You can play with them.
Nah, you can't. Not like the same as freaking. But you can imagine it. You can reenact a movie with these toys.
You can do that with cars. You can absolutely do that with cars. Are you crazy?
Not with your Lightning McQueen.
Ka-chow, brother.
But like, that's why I think it's so special. Like, not only that, you're tackling real life problems. Like, yeah, cars, like, they do have messages and stuff like that, be kind of one another and stuff like that. But they're technically like growing up. This one tackles growing up with technology, which is a big problem now. Like, it's so grounded and real, and the animation's incredible. We'll talk about that alone in a minute. But yeah, that's why these are incredible. But like, Toy Story 4 is ahead of 2 just solely because of the animation, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't like it. I found out people were putting that one at the very last. Like, I found that very charming. Like, the new toys were awesome.
Toy Story 5?
4.
Yeah, I actually was just I was telling you, one of my friends was telling me why they were boycotting it. They did not like 4. But I think that, obviously, if you only watch the trailers and you see Forky in front of you, it's a hard sell. But if you actually watch the movie,
Forky ended up being one of my favorite characters of that movie.
He is hilarious, unfortunately. But if you watch like Toy Story 4, especially I watched it with Danny, and I just always remember the end of the movie where they're like, parting ways, and it's like to infinity, and then like the other one's like to and beyond, and I'm like looking at it, I'm like, this is just, it's about connection, and that really resonated for me. For us growing up watching them, we kind of have grown up with the problems of the movie. And
Yeah.
I think this is the one I'm probably the most disconnected from because we don't got kids. But it's
We don't have kids, but
but we
people
see
our
it.
age, yeah.
We see it, right? So like I watch my nieces and I see them with their iPads and stuff. So as I'm growing up and like realizing all this, it feels like I'm on the same journey as the movie's talking about.
Yeah, and like went to go see it with my friend, and she was like, "My kids are never gonna play with toys." I was like, "Let this kid start crying for 20 minutes straight." Like, here goes an iPad, you know. Like, I hate to say it, but I mean that's what I'm gonna end up doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Toy Story 1, what is it? 1, 3, 5, 4, and 1.
And 2. Yeah,
1.
that's
Yeah, and 2.
that's
I said
so
1, yeah.
that's so crazy to me. It's crazy to me because the original trilogy, and I mean, we can, talk about the best trilogies of all time. Toy Story will absolutely get mentioned in the list.
Even Quentin Tarantino puts us up there too.
Yeah, because they're phenomenal.
Recognizes
So
Ball.
for you to put like a recent one and have it break that group up is so fascinating to me.
I don't know, maybe because it's recency bias, I'm sure, but like this
Yeah.
one, it was extremely
When was the last
funny.
time you saw 2?
It's been probably a couple years.
Okay, okay, I see what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, this one was just so funny. I don't
I get
remember
it.
laughing too much at the other ones as much as I laughed at this one.
Maybe that's the thing. Like I like this movie.
Yeah.
I laughed. I chuckled a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like laughed as much as I typically do, but there was like a consistent humor around the movie that I was like,
and then it hits you with the emotional parts. Like, it was a good pattern.
Yeah.
Like laugh, 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 feels. Laugh, 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 feels. You know, it was a good pattern.
Yeah,
like,
sit in it for a little bit.
I love the pacing.
Release. Like it works.
It wasn't too long. It wasn't too short.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The literal, like when I talk about movies knowing their bounds, this is what I mean. Because we talk about, I mean, probably our number one criticism for most movies is 10 minutes too long, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't wrap up in the right way. I didn't check my phone the entire time. And then even when I was like having the background of like, all right, where are we? I felt it wrapping up. Like I knew that we were at the end and it had like a real third act. So that absolutely worked for me.
Well, okay. I want to talk about the marketing for this one too, because since it was been announced, because the last one came out 2019, 2018, something like that. Toy Story 4, and then this one announced in 2021 or 2, I believe, during like one of the Disney panels, and like they announced this movie, another Cars movie, I believe, Inside Out they talked about, and then another Frozen movie they were talked about. It was several big Pixar sequels. It was almost immediately hated on. Almost immediately, like, why do this? But after we got 4, I was like, I don't care. Give me 6 more, you know?
You had no hesitation going into this.
No, I actually went looking forward to it. I
Yeah.
was excited. Pixar knows what they're doing. Like, it's all about money.
Yeah, I hate the conversation around like, did we need a Toy Story 5, right? Because did we need a Toy Story 1? Like, no one asked
2,
that,
3, or 4,
right?
you know?
Like, but now we have. People ask for like Toy Story 2 and 3, but a good movie is a good movie is a good movie. Like if they found Pixar is not messing up Toy Story. They're not going to take a gamble on something that would, like mess up the legacy that they've already built with this specific franchise. So I knew that the moment they announced it, they at least had a concept, a script, a story that they knew would work in this world.
And I don't think Tim Allen and Tom Hanks would come back, who wasn't strong, you know?
Well, money.
Yeah. But so this thing that I did a lot of research on like, why did they make the movie? It comes down to money, you know, like the first one made over $1 billion. The last 2 had made over $1 billion. This one's easily going to fly over $1 billion.
And I think I have this one in my,
might
draft. I 100% did.
Like, I think it might even give Supergirl a run for its money next week.
That's not even a question. Yeah, that's 100% going to happen. And I'm excited for Supergirl's like box office. I think it'll be okay, but this movie's going to have staying power. Like we'll be talking about this movie, 4th of July weekend on people going back to the theaters to see it.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. But I've seen this movie everywhere, like TikToks, merchandise. Taylor Swift came out with a song for it. It's insane. Like, we'll talk about the song in a minute, but like one of the biggest things I was most excited for, because I'm a big collector of popcorn buckets.
Yeah,
and they have a lot of great ones. They have a couple Buzz Lightyear, which I bought 2. I don't know if you've seen both of them. I bought 2. Spent a good chunk of my paycheck on these. But there was a couple more that I wanted that I didn't get, which is like one was like just like a regular tin it was Woody themed and like a Woody cap.
Okay.
There's a lid. There's a couple, like there's a ball, like the Pixar yellow and red star ball.
Yeah.
And you open it up, there's like a little stuff in it, like a little like a little cup or something like that. It was cool stuff like that. But the ones I bought, I got it here for you. I want to show you on screen. I'll show you the smaller one first. But this one is extremely cool. If for the camera, it's showing it's the Buzz Lightyear packaging, the toy he comes in, like little wings on top, and it says high tech edition Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger, and it opens up here in the top, and it also comes with
you get a little
Buzz Lightyear figure. I wish it moved.
Some weight to it.
I wish it could move, but it's literally just a statue. But I was like, $50, like, come on, give me a toy, you know?
50 bones, yeah. Well, and you know, my actual only critique as I'm looking at this is the original Buzz.
Yeah, it doesn't have the
screen.
The screen on it.
But this is the high-tech packaging.
Yeah.
Who did
check out the bucket? Like the inside, you can see like it's insane. Like the back is a little bit cool. Pick Toy Story 5. It's insane. And I bought the other one first, and then I'll tell the story about that one. It's like, but then I went to theater. This is a huge impulse buy. I seen this. It's like, I gotta have it. And then I went back to the movies the next day to see Robin Hood, and they were all gone.
That's sick. You have to display this one, right?
I have a whole display. I'll make a video of that eventually, like of all my popcorn buckets. But this is definitely adding to the shelf.
I like this a lot. All right, what you got next?
All right, so this next one, I seen it, and it was almost too good to believe. I thought it was fan art for the longest.
Okay.
But this is Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger popcorn bucket. So this is a lot of cool features. This is like a tin. It's like a tin with a Space Ranger logo, like a Buzz's chest on it. But it has a helmet on it you can attach, and the helmet actually does come down.
Of course.
You push a button, it comes right back up. It releases. But the back is where it really gets you. It has like a jetpack attached to it. You just hit this
drink.
It is a drink holder. Like you just lift this up and you put your drink in there, there's a straw in there. But you hit this button and it lights up with the wings that come out. This thing is freaking cool.
Okay. I am super judgmental about these popcorn buckets. And I think the number one thing I look for outside of the coolness of it is the functionality.
The practicality.
Right? This is a popcorn bucket.
Yes.
This is an actual popcorn bucket. And to see, like, I hate when the drink looks stupid. Like, it actually have, like, that's sick.
Yeah, I'm so glad, like, no one really, I didn't go to a theater that had this, like, because I would have been mad at some kid lighting up the whole time. But, so the story with this one, I was working, like, on Thursday when the movie came out, and I know those were being released on Thursdays. I looked, and those online, it said only these are going to be sold at AMC and Regal. So I was off, and my brother, thank God, was off, and he was so nice enough. I asked him if he can go pick it up for me, like, as soon as the movie theater opened, because I knew they're hot items. He said, yeah. And then my cousin coincidentally called me that morning saying, hey, I'm at the Imagine Theater. They have those popcorn buckets because she knows I'm a collector. Would you want me to pick you up one? So yeah, for sure. I'll buy one. So my brother didn't have to go. And they sold out immediately, she said. Like they bought the popcorn buckets early in the day. They went back later in the afternoon, like around 6 o'clock to go to the movies. They were all sold out.
Wow.
So thank goodness she called for me. And my brother went there. And I went to the AMC later to go watch Toy Story. And my AMC, they didn't even have it. They only had this one. So thank goodness she called me. She saved my life with this popcorn bucket.
Saved by the bell. Thanks, Cuzzo.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I mean, thanks for making me spend $50.
Hey,
yeah.
Worth it.
Yeah.
That one's for sure worth it. Yeah. This one's sick too, and I really do appreciate that.
I wish it was a little bit bigger, but yeah.
That's what I was saying, functionality. I don't know if that would be satisfying my popcorn eating ability.
Yeah.
But this absolutely does.
What's your top three favorite toys in Toy Story franchise? You can pick the obvious Buzz and Andy if you want, but
nah, man, I don't even like Andy as a toy.
Really?
Buzz for sure as a toy. What are you saying? Like my favorite characters or like functionality with what I would have?
Yeah, what would you have? What would you have?
Two separate ones, right?
Two separate ones. Go with the first one. What would you have?
Buzz, the T-Rex, Rex. Do the aliens count?
Sure.
Those would be my three that would be like around me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to pick. I'm not going to pick just Buzz and Andy because those are obvious answers. Obviously, I had both of them. But it would go Rex, Slinky, and
Slinky's so good.
I guess Mr. Potato Head.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah,
he would annoy me, bro.
I would have said the piggy bank, but I was like, that's not even a toy. It's just a piggy bank, you know?
Yeah, fair enough. I know, thankfully, and this is kind of the cool part about, again, when we grew up, I used to have a Mr. Potato Head. Like, I actively remember, like, I had mine, my sister had her Mr. Potato Head, and it came with all those different attachments, and it was a lot of fun to actually build some imagination with.
I don't think I had one until after the movie came out, at least
Okay.
that I can remember, because it was the movie version of it.
Yeah.
I did have like the chain link monkeys. I remember.
Oh
having
my
those.
god, 100%.
Yeah,
Dude, throwing them like around, like shaking them and seeing how many you could pull
Yeah.
up to. You just activated something in my brain.
The Army Men. I don't know if I had the Army Men. I mean, might
Great.
have like a couple
Number
of
one
them.
purchase.
Obviously, the Hot Wheels with the tracks I had. Yeah, we had so many toys growing up, but Toy Story was a big thing in our house. Like my brother played with Woody for years, you know. And shout out to these kids in these movies; they keep their toys very well, you know. Like these
Some of them.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
freaking Jessie looked like she was brand new, you know.
And like they've talked about it before, and they've definitely explored it. But when the couple in the movie finds Jessie for the first time, and they're like looking, or I think Lily is like seeing how old she is, and she's popping up, and I'm like, she'd probably sell for a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like she would. That's a collector's item. Right there.
My dad was having a garage sale today, and he was selling like a toy truck, like a real like tin toy. Goes online for like over $300, you know?
Yeah. So I don't know that.
So I want to go over the new cast a little bit because there are several new characters in this movie, which I'm glad they keep doing. Greta Lee plays Lily Pad. Conan O'Brien plays Smarty Pants. Craig Robinson plays Atlas. Ernie Hudson plays Combat Carl. Maddie Matherson plays Dr. Nutcase. Tyla plays Inflatable Flamingo. Alan Cumming is this movie, but I couldn't pin down who his character he was. Yeah, I don't even know who he could be. It's not a big part
Yeah, I
of it.
can't think of it.
Bad Bunny was also in this movie too. Did you catch that?
No, it's who?
He is the little pizza guy with
that's so
sunglasses.
funny.
You know, he
Yeah,
only has like
yeah,
2 lines.
Yeah.
But it was
I
funny.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. Movie was originally announced in April. Excuse me, I can't read. Movie was originally announced February 8th, 2023, 4 years after Toy Story 4 was released. I got some box office numbers here I'm going to hit you with. Obviously, the more it goes down, the higher it gets. Toy Story, the first one, came out in 1995, I believe. $375.5 million. Toy Story 2 came out $511.4 million. Toy Story 3, $1.069 billion.
With a B.
Toy Story 4, $1.71 billion. So there is a trend here going on.
Yeah.
I'm predicting this is going to leak $1.1 billion.
Yeah. I'd be shocked if it doesn't cross it. And again, like, because it's good also helps the movie out a lot. Like I think that
Very
it will
good.
have a positive.
But like
word
people
of
like
mouth.
your friend, like you said, like who are boycotting it, they're gonna hear how good it is.
Yeah, I don't think it'll change their mind, but I think that enough of the families that are coming out, and again, like, what's the competition for it? Supergirl, a little bit more adult lending, right? PG-13. She's a drunk anyway. Like she's like, there's a lot of
Well, the
adult things
competition
in that.
directly for this movie was The Death of Robin.
Yeah,
Completely
so,
different audience.
No, and then everything that comes out, there's not going to be a lot that's going to steal from this box office, at least.
Yeah. No, not anything. I mean, the next big thing might be like Odyssey.
Yeah, but again, that's like
It's a Toy Story. I mean,
such a specific adult realm.
Maybe Spider-Man then, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But now we're talking
That's like
at
over
the
a month
end of
away.
July, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna go over the Rotten Tomato scores. Toy Story 1, 100% Rotten Tomato score.
Rightfully so.
Audience score 92%. Toy Story 2, 100% Rotten Tomato score.
Rightfully so.
87% audience. Toy Story 3, 98% audience reaction, 90%.
I forgot there's a specific critic who ruined its score because it had 100, but
really?
I forgot his name, and I wish I knew.
Toy Story 3?
Yeah, because I want to call him out for just being a terrible person. He literally ruined this trilogy's ability to have 100% movies, and I hate that one person can have the ability to do that because it's happened before. I think it just happened with Paddington. Like, makes me sick to my stomach. You don't get credit for going against the grain. Like, that irritates me to my soul.
Toy Story 4, 97% Rotten Tomatoes, 94%. Now, this one just came out, and it's pissing me off. There's a bunch of news articles out there. This got the lowest rating out of all Toy Story. Like, it's like, it got like 50% or something. No, it got like 94%, 93%. It's still a fantastic score. More great than 90% of the movies out there.
Yeah.
You know, it's a phenomenal score. Like, they're just making it seem like this movie is terrible. No, this movie is phenomenal.
Well, we live in like and that's
It's
clickbait, right?
Yeah.
And they want to have some type of controversy, but honestly, you know, that may help it because other people are going to go wanting to see like what's going on with this movie.
Mm-hmm. Now, the last thing I want to get in this movie before we actually talk about the actual movie itself is the music in this one.
Yeah.
I had mentioned Taylor Swift came out with a song 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. I enjoyed it. Like, it's been stuck in my head a lot, and I really was excited. A lot of people hate it because it's Taylor Swift, but I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. I'm more mad that it wasn't in the movie. It was an end credit scene because they made it seem like it was gonna be intertwined. You know, like we seen this movies like You Got a Friend of Me. That was in the movie, you know? Like this one was just an end credit scene. Like I didn't really care then, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't really count.
I really thought there was gonna be a Jessie and her own Emily reunion.
Theme going.
And then there was gonna be like that song playing, but no. But the music, the score, is the guy who did the score for the first 4 movies, I think, coming back for it. And it was great. It was phenomenal. I loved it.
Again, it brings you back to the world that it feels familiar while also, creating something new. Like they did a really great job with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm excited. I like this movie just for the sound alone.
Yeah.
Animation, and then we'll go into the story. Like I said, I really enjoyed the animation of Toy Story 4. It was I think that was more of like, hey, look what we can do.
Yeah.
With like how grainy and like how shiny things we can make, like the glass reflections, toys, like the rain, the scenes. It was incredible. It was phenomenal. The lighting of the carnival, it was great. This one dialed back a little bit, but this one felt more real. It felt lived in. It felt like it was in my bedroom almost. It was cool. Like there was dust and stuff like that. It was,
bro. I am obsessed with the dream world that these kids do, like that
Playland world. Yeah.
That really worked for me.
Yeah.
Like I know we're used to Andy's, and it actually took me a minute to be like, I've never seen this before. And I was like, yeah, I guess Andy's was just aesthetically different. And I like the aesthetics that they chose for each individual girl. But I was like, man, to have that so creative, like really, like you said, made it feel lived in, but also like brought something new to it.
Yeah. And I didn't even, that's a great point. I didn't even think about that. Like, yeah, both the girls like different styles because no one is going to be the exact same, it's in their mind. And I like how they established that there is a difference between playing games and play. Like the playing games is like a game, like, yeah, that was fun, but like playing, like using your imagination, you're out there having fun, it's a big difference. Like it tackles a lot of good qualities and life teachings.
Yeah, they went a different direction than I thought they were going to go with that too, because obviously it's fresh off of Jesse playing with it, like to the point where he's like, bro, I need a break.
Yeah.
You're having too much fun. And then she's like, that wasn't, stop. There's levels to this.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, they're going to do this stereotypical, like it is the same thing. And then they did not. I love that they were like,
they stuck to
that was totally different. And then like to the point where I was getting excited when they're like, the pig finds them and like they get their chance to play. I was like, that was cool. I really love that.
Yeah. Let's go into the story because this movie, there was several. We're gonna go spoiler free, then we'll talk about more of the spoilers. But like, there was a lot more things to add to this movie. The movie opens up with like 100 Buzz Lightyears.
Yeah.
Those things were cool as hell, but they were kind of scary. Honestly, if I seen a pack of those Buzz Lightyears running in the middle of the night, I'm running.
I'm out of there.
Yeah. But I think they stole that from the Toy Story 2. Like, so. I mean, obviously there was a scene in Toy Story 2 where like 1,000, but like originally, it's Toy Story 2 or 3, there was a script that got leaked online that they were going to do. This is also before like Disney bought Pixar, where it was going to be more focused about Buzz, but like there was like a callback, like something was wrong with the Buzz Lightyears. They had a callback, and then they've run it to like 1,000 buzzers or something like that. So I think they took a little bit pieces from that, incorporated in this one, which it worked amazing. I was like, why are they? But this movie really wasn't focused on Buzz. It was just
not at all. Not at all. How did you feel about the decision to pivot away from Buzz and Woody?
They did it great. If it wasn't done good, I would obviously
feel it a little differently.
And I was curious how they're going to do, because that was the end of Toy Story 4. Woody left. Woody went to go live in the outside world with his girl, like saving toys. And I like how they touch on that. Like he was out there saving toys still, Good for him for sticking with that. But like, I was curious. They brought him back, and so like, he came back because his old owner needed help. It's good. He needed Jesse's help. Jesse needed his help. He thought she did at least. But it was just awesome seeing them on together, and like you have them on the back of the car, like hanging on for dear life. That was a good thing to see together. But like, it wasn't their story; it was Jesse's story. So good for them. They didn't need a male lead, and the fact being a girl toy, it was cool.
Yeah, man. I expected to feel the type of way, and not even in a bad way. I was just like, okay, this is a movie that's not necessarily, well, it's definitely not made for me, right? But like, it's not made excluding me. When I saw that, I heard about it first, and I was like kind of mad at myself for diving a little bit too into it before going in. And I was like, all right, what do you mean that Buzz and Woody are going to be side characters? they're not forgotten at all. They have a lot to do in this
Yeah.
movie. The difference is it just focuses on it from a Jesse perspective, and that perspective obviously makes sense with the new owner. I think that's the thing that works so well about these movies. They know what route to take. If you have Bonnie and her creativity, it obviously makes sense that she's gonna lend more to a Jesse, and then from that, now we should see more of Jesse. Like, it is the natural progression of the story.
I think the best comparison I can make it is like Captain America Civil War. Like Iron Man and Black Widow, they're all in there, but you never forget it's a Captain America story, you know?
It's about Cap.
Yeah.
And people call it Avengers 2.5 for good reason. But
Yeah.
the central theme of it is from his narrative.
Yeah.
And that's why.
Same thing with Chelsea. She feels fully responsible. We've seen like this kind of come out in the past few movies about like her heartbroken over her Emily abandoning her. And but this one they really dive deeper into that emotion. Like, you know, because Bonnie, who was a little kid in this one, she's advancing the technology now. She gets sucked in the loop with all these kids are like on their iPads, they're on these video games, they're on these their iPhones, you know, they're falling in this thing. But Bonnie's like the last kid in there, like holding on, and Jesse's like refusing to lose it. Not only just lose a kid, but losing it to technology. You know, like it's a pretty big scare for her, I'd say. This movie had a ton of laughs. I said I laughed majority of this movie, but like I said, it has a lot of heartbeats too. But a lot of my dad doesn't want to see it as a kid's movie, but like he's like, I'm gonna be mad at all the bald jokes, which they did have quite a few, but I would say none more than what you see in the trailers.
Yeah.
But they really poke fun about like these characters being old.
I love it.
Yeah, even like Buzz, like who's still newer, but like he's an old model.
Yeah.
You know,
Literally.
yeah. And we'll talk about him in the spoiler part, but the other characters, like the other toys, like they have their lines in there. And like some, like the one, like I got glasses now. She was funny, you know, like a little bit. Forky was like didn't have a whole lot to do in this, but whatever he's talked, I laughed.
It almost felt like, and this is like the hard part about balancing so much, especially from legacy to new, is some characters almost felt like a cameo in a sense of like, oh, this person's still around, but that worked because obviously, again, that's how having a lot of toys goes. Even John Wick's, you know, Keanu Reeves character. I was like, I love that. You know, like I'd see him in here. And like those small moments definitely added up. But it felt like the world that we know.
One thing I felt sad about was like Key and Peele's characters were in this, but they didn't have a line.
Right. You know why? They wouldn't they wasn't sitting down for that. But I'm sure it was like a scheduling thing, but that's like similar. I forgot that those characters existed. And then when they popped up, I was like, all right, you know, you gave them something to do that keeps this going, and then maybe if they want to come back in the future, they're still around, so that it works.
I know a big thing that broke the internet was Woody going bald, and like, oh my god, he's all. People forget he's gone bald before. In Toy Story 2, we had that scene like it was like pleasing to see that old man work on him, like fixing his stitches, and he paints his head because it is thinning out there too. Like, so it's not the first time he's gone bald. You know, people are freaking out.
But this is when it's like it's stuck like that. You know, he even does the part with the gut a little bit. Like I was eating that up.
I wish they included more, like another scene of that, like how that guy fixed him up.
Yeah,
like it was just aesthetically pleasing, you know, to watch. That would be cool.
But he's outside toy now, so he's not gonna have the same care.
But not just him, like any character, maybe Buzz or something like that, you know.
Well, you get the upgraded Buzz.
Yeah,
maybe like the donkey. Maybe like the donkey because obviously the horse.
Yeah, Bullseye.
Yeah, Bullseye. Yeah,
put some respect on
that. Hey, listen, he's loyal. I'll give him that. That would make a little bit more sense if she spent a little bit more time taking care of him, restoring him to a way.
Yeah,
but even her mom was like, "Hey, come get those rag dogs that you found." Like, I was like, "All right, put some respect."
But I want to talk about them too. Let's talk about Jesse and Bullseye because I really love their dynamic in this one. Like, we hinted that like we knew that they were like a pair always. But this one, they really relied on each other in this movie, and it was great. And they were like really supporting each other. Like Bullseye refused to leave Jesse's side, even when she tried to get him to leave. It was cool to see their dynamic together. It was like almost like a Buzz and Woody thing with them.
Very much so. And the bold decision to, obviously, Bullseye doesn't talk, right? So it's a lot of Jesse bouncing her own emotions off of herself, but in a way that Bullseye has his own personality. Like he was stubborn at parts, or he knew when to lean in. So for that, like it's impressive that their connection. Maybe that was
Alan Cummings' voice actor.
for the probably
Yeah.
in the Playland version.
Yeah. But it was cool to have Bullseye talk. Like that was a thing I remember breaking the news. Like he's gonna talk. He's gonna be talking. So I mean, who else? There was somebody else I wanted to mention. Like, Jesse was dope for this. It's about Bonnie's character. I mean, the big thing about this movie is like they need to make Bonnie friends. They want to make Bonnie friends because she has a tough time making friends. So I was like, that was kind of the theme a little bit in the last Toy Story movie too, where like she didn't have nobody to play with, but they really like. Show how shy she was in this one. She has neighbor boys that she wanted neighbor twins that she wanted to play with, and she was just too scared to say something. And then when she started making friends, she was also feeling insecure about playing with toys still, like she was like not fitting in, which that's very relatable for a lot of kids. And then she gets this new lily pad. She I want to say gains confidence, but she is like her mind like mind numbing, like she's like mind control over her. And she's like glued to this thing, and like seeing her like refusing to give it up when she's getting out of bed and stuff like that, like so realistic with like not just my niece and like with me, like I'm doing that still too in my bed, like I'm playing my games on my phone. But then you see like I'm kind of shocked they didn't include like school a little bit more in this one. Like it's summertime, I guess. Yeah, I guess the last one was mostly summer too, because they had a road trip. These are the most chillest, like patient parents I've ever seen.
Almost to a fault.
Yeah, there's a scene. This is still spoiler, but like this is a scene like where Bonnie and the mom go drive to go pick up the toys, and then she goes like, "No, I'm good." I was like, "You made me drive an hour to go pick up these toys?"
I thought about that on both ends, because also I would have been like, "Yeah, there's a few questions that get raised," but I was like, even opening the door for that to happen, I would have like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, and then like it was just bad timing with the text thread that she saw. That was we'll talk about the girls in a minute.
Yeah.
But then like later they went to go get ice cream, and then like it's like they're out of chocolate chip, but like she's having the worst day ever, And then like right after that she loses the pen, and the parents like, and you can't keep track of your shit. Like, come on, I would lose it as a parent. But they were cool. They were patient with her, and good for them. But the girl, she makes friends through online through LilyPad. Online friends or go to the same ballet school, whatever they said. And geez, talk about a clique. These are the mean girls.
These are the meanest. And you know what? I hate how bullying is portrayed in 99% of media. I always have the feeling that it's over the top, right? Or like goes out of its way to like add extra drama. This was like real, because they weren't even laughing at there was a part where they were laughing at her. Like a lot of it was like, what are you doing? And like it's like the shade, right, that they get thrown out. I was like, damn, that's so real.
How about the scene where we don't see it happen, but LilyPad like says it like she was at a sleepover, they were playing hide and seek, and they forgot to look for her. I was like, these bitches are dead to me.
They're children, Rob.
No. You I'm sitting in the closet for freaking an hour and you're not even looking for me?
Yeah, man. I couldn't know. Couldn't know. Even to the point where like I was, dude, even the scene when she rolls up originally and they were like, what are you doing? You brought toys. And what pissed me off about that is the parent just left. I was like, you ain't gonna walk in?
Or say hi to the parents?
What's going on?
There was a couple of scenes like that, like where like in the beginning where Bonnie's trying to play with the twins and Jessie throws herself outside the fence like and pulls her string. I'm like I didn't fucking leave that there,
Now they were getting a little like, and I think they did, and that's probably my slight critique is they did such a good job of showing the who did that, right? Like even when he packs or Jessie goes into the suitcase and she's like, thanks for bringing him, Dad. Dad's like, did I do that? Like, but it was like enough like plausible deniability where it was like, I don't, that's weird. But after like the texting of going into houses, I was like, all right, you gotta figure out what's going on.
Dude, yeah, I would think my house is possessed or some shit,
Absolutely.
Yeah, there was a little bit too much of that going on for me. And so, I mean, it was, and these jokes were hitting over and over again.
And over.
How do you feel about the new toys? Conan O'Brien's character, like the Atlas and the camera.
What was Conan's name? Smarty Pants?
Smarty Pants, yeah.
Favorite character. I
won't say favorite character, but he was one of my top favorites, and he was a great addition to this movie.
Favorite character in the movie by far. He was cracking me up. I think Conan did so well, like, just being a smarty pants. But I think that what also cracked me up is in the Playland, make believe, whatever. He had like his orange Conan hair, like small knot there. But I think that his quippiness really showed on screen.
Yeah, dude. When you first introduced him, like he's like kind of drunk because of his low battery. It's very funny take on that too.
That was really good. I like that entire.
And that's where we meet Combat Carl too, played by what did they say, like guy from Ghostbusters, Ernie Hudson, and. I was like, oh, cool. I'm excited. He was in there for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But I was like, I guess the Comic Carls and the other movies were in there for like not that much longer either. But And originally, this is not to Sid too, because Sid, in the first movie, he blows up a combat car too. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, I
Or
didn't.
Puts it
I
together.
didn't.
Yeah.
All right, look at you.
I just watched it, and I tried to put my mom had tried putting my niece on it the other day, and she was not having it. She did not care
It's
about
no
it.
worst feeling in the world.
She's really into like Moana and Frozen. That's her jam.
Still, man, you gotta, expand. Yeah, I think not only that scene when he was
Even like, who was the other characters? The Atlas, played by Craig Robinson. They were funny. He dropped the first S word in the movies. They're very close to it.
Very, very close to it.
That they were funny additions. Like I was like, and then at the end when they're all working together, like the camera's like taking pictures of the street lights, and then Atlas is finding the right best. Like, oh, like there's not mistakes that's why these toys are these kind of toys. They do have connection. But I was like, for a potty training toy, like. You're connected to the World Wide Web, like you can send emails and stuff like that.
You can do a lot, and I liked it. Like they tried to, my operating system's slow, but because like we're all working together, we're still on the same. Like we're still built by the same people, so I can connect. I was like, I don't know about that. You're like 5 generations behind. It's not like if you got an iPad, it would be able to FaceTime. You know what I mean? Like I was like, at what point are we creating magic?
Right.
But then I said, the toys are talking, so maybe I can shut the hell up a little.
Yeah. And then even like they had funny scenes too, like about like you feel bad for them too because they also got left behind.
Yeah.
And especially when he sees the Smarty Pants sees like his owner like leaving the bathroom, like she learned it without me.
Yeah. It was good, but it also like did a good job of again respecting the nostalgia while also creating its own thing. I think throughout that scene of them being like, oh yeah, we were with her for 6 months, 3 to 6 months, and it was like too long. It was like too short, bro.
Yeah.
Like there's so much that happens when you have like a kid and the journey that you go on with them. That's why I think that having Jessie and spending more time with like everything she went through with Emily, everything now that we know that she went through with Andy that we got to see, and now this happening again, it was poetic and it did make sense to go through it.
I think I still have my first toy ever. Like my mom always kept it. It's just like a little stuffed rabbit.
Okay. I definitely don't have any of the toys I grew up with. And I also like I was, playing Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid. I still have my Yu-Gi-Oh cards for sure. So if they come to life, I'm set. But the actual like toys that I played with, unfortunately, I don't think I have a lot or any.
You definitely do seem like a Yu-Gi-Oh person over a Pokemon.
Sure. Stop, bro. Yeah, everyone knows this, and this is a small rant. Sorry, Yu-Gi-Oh was a better show by a mile. Pokemon was the better I'm still switching it. Pokemon had the better show. Yu-Gi-Oh had the better card game, and it wasn't even close. And then they started mixing it up where now Pokemon like actually spent more time on making a game from a console, and that also helped to propel. But Yu-Gi-Oh is like a strategic game. It walked so Magic the Gathering could run. Like Yu-Gi-Oh I love it.
Okay.
Love it.
No, I was never a Yu-Gi-Oh person. There was Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Digimon. That was like the big 3 back then.
Pokemon was like this light, like fun. You didn't have to think. Like Yu-Gi-Oh, I genuinely believe that I got better at reading because there would be paragraphs in the card descriptions, bro. Paragraphs, and like it was like this ability requires you to like all these words. I'm in 3rd grade, being like, I gotta figure out what requires means. Yeah. I was in my bag though. After that, I loved it, man.
Yeah. Let's go back to Toy Story. And the Smarty Pants is a real toy now you can buy now too. Like it just all it does is really just says like its catchphrases from the movie. I think I don't think it's doing its purpose of like helping you learn to use potty. But
see, that would be neat if it actually did.
But it's cool.
Goes back to functionality, bro.
I think it's the coolest thing. But the toy is Conan O'Brien himself. I heard him confirm it, like saying his voices like versus like the Buzz and Woody's. That's not really them. Yeah. I think the Woody is famously voiced by Tom Hanks' brother.
Okay,
yeah,
way to get him his bag.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's cool to see that. Like you would think it's just like they take voice vocals from the movie and put it on it, but no, they record themselves. Yeah. Yeah. Now let's go into spoiler territory a little bit because there's one big thing that I felt awesome that they left out. We talked about the many different buzzes in this one. They also did, before we get into that, they also did a cool cameo to our reference to Sleeping Beauty with the animals coming.
Yeah.
Like I think it was Bambi and Thumper too. Like you can also clarify them as maybe.
Yeah.
But that was cool nods to that. There's like several references. They referenced Disneyland for the first time ever in any Disney movie.
That was really interesting.
I think they did reference in the Goofy movie, but for Pixar movie.
Yeah.
But you even see the picture of the castle and everything like that. So like I wonder if like
they know
how meta is it,
Like, do they exist? This is the problem when you do stuff like that. I have 50 follow-up questions.
But it's cool. It's cool. I I don't know, because you also see like all these Pixar movies are connected because they have
They should
Easter
be
eggs
in
always.
Disneyland. So what's actually replaced? How
Yeah.
does it work?
Watch it be like Cartoon Network Land or something like that. But it's gonna spoiler territory. So I mean, if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it and come back to see this
Please.
part, because the biggest thing I loved, didn't love actually, I didn't like it, is like they made it like similar to the last movie we talked about where they made something too powerful. It was too convenient with this Buzz Lightyear, the new upgrades. One, they had its own Wi-Fi hotspot. Why? Why did you need? Well, I guess it is a drone, so I guess you can see why.
Yeah.
But I mean, how convenient they can fly,
Listen, Buzz McGuffin Lightyear is the full name. They were just a plot device used to answer any problem in the movie as it came along. And I was kind of wondering, I don't know if you were like this, but slightly throughout the movie, I was like, what are they doing with this? Like, until they finally meet him, I was like, what's the point of having all these in here? It was like a weird thread. But at the end of the movie, when those kids got their own Buzz Lightyear, it did make me smile. Although I think that they had a really good opportunity when they were on the donation thing to like be donated. I think that would have been a cool thing to do, but whatever.
It was cool, like how they didn't realize they were toys, and like one of them got stolen, and like
Yeah,
they
that was
found out like,
sweet.
oh shit, this is
That was
kind of
sweet.
cool. Like these humans aren't that bad,
That was
you know.
sweet. And Buzz just
And how
made it-
lucky they got, like that was the first. Like it could have been so easily with the kids like drowning him or something.
Yeah, see, like another Sid, like take him out to the
Yeah.
out back. But it was also really hilarious to have Buzz speed through their entire origin. Like, oh yeah, he's our dad.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, your toys, like go through that. Like, no.
Yeah, yeah.
I
mean, when the beginning when they're on the island and like they're trying to get off and they find out like they're on an island and they all like bow their head at the same time. That was funny.
Yeah, I mean, I do appreciate it. Like, I do think that all the things, for the most part, that the Buzzes did made sense for an upgrade. I think that was really awesome. Actually, it actually didn't even connect to me that they were an upgrade until I saw them next to our original Buzz. And I was like, oh yeah, he doesn't have a screen. Similar to like this one, I was like, oh yeah, I guess that is different. But then like, yeah, the hotspot, the turning into a drone, I think that they just needed something to...
It's the same exact reason why I
answer
said
this.
like those toys, they were those specific like electronics, because that was convenient for the plot,
But like, at least that one like slightly made sense for the route they took. It was a little weird of like where they were, but
By the way, I want that now. Like so it did its job as marketing. If they make a drone as a Buzz
said,
Lightyear,
"Yo, rise in the bag."
I think they did make a Buzz Lightyear like that. Like obviously it doesn't fly, but I can see people are so creative. They're gonna make 3D prints of it and like make it drones and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was really thinking about like, and maybe this is too meta, but as they were going, I was like, what if they like? Is there no fly zone? Like, how are they like navigating? Like,
Too much into that. I was like, also
"There's
like
definitely popping up on a radar."
you've seen your favorite thing, the Pizza Planet thing, like, but he flies by like a bunch of toys on horses. So like, there's so much like, I don't know, people are just ignoring it. I think if I would see something like that, I don't know if I would stop. I definitely think it's
You
weird.
definitely wouldn't stop.
No.
No.
A big thing that was released before that a lot of people were talking about is Jessie was going to have a reunion with Emily, which we didn't get to happen, but she did get closure.
She got closure in a really cool way. And I don't know about you, dude. I 100% thought they were going the route of when I saw the kid and they went out of their way to not show the mom, I was like, that's Emily. And like, she's gonna, like, this is very early in the movie. I was like, she's gonna see, like, realize that this is her. And that
Well, they
was gonna
showed
be
the
a whole
daughter first, and I was like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, she's gonna bring it in, right?
Yeah.
Or like, and then like the mom's gonna be like, how do you have my old toy? And like, I 100% thought that that's where they're going. I'm glad they didn't. I really love the direction of this.
yeah, because like she moved, that's too. Like, why would she back at her own house,
significantly.
I was like, damn, she dated a black guy? No.
But I do like Juneteenth. I do think that watching their like the route that they take, the closure, the moment at the end, bro, with the thing. Again, when I talk about this, still having the ability to pull at the heartstrings, actually sitting there like, damn, like this is actually getting to me a little bit.
Yeah. That was cool. Like, she found that box where, like, she named her kid after me. It would have been cool to see a reunion. I'm happy with the way that they went to. Like, I think it would have been cool if we seen the reunion. But I don't know how that would happen because you don't know where she went. She obviously either she came. Yeah, she must have came back and buried that box.
Mhm.
I don't know why, thinking she was gonna come She was a grown adult when she did that too, you know?
Yeah, but like, and it was specifically the reason why it worked is she didn't bury it at the house. She just went to their old like
Right.
tree with the swing. So I can see that. Like that makes sense. If you, dude, I'm driving. I haven't been home in a while, and I'm like driving by, coming to you, and I'm like, oh man, like so much has changed. Like I was kind of feeling nostalgic to the point where I was like, yeah, I could absolutely see her, bringing her daughter back to the spot
I'm
where,
glad you said that because I did not. That does I didn't even think about that. Like, yes, because I never left town. You
yeah,
know, I'm glad you pointed that fact out. That changes a little bit for me.
let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that absolutely worked for me.
At the end, obviously, Bonnie does get friends, and then the whole big subplot in this movie, like Buzz is trying to get the confidence to propose to Jesse, which they tease that romance ever since Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
And he's just now getting into it, which I don't know, to each their own, like how long it takes. But like, it was funny once they finally did it. And he did that little leg flick.
Yeah, and again, like involuntarily laughed. I was that was good. But I think what also, people may have a feeling about how Buzz is always a super confident guy, and then like he gets around Jesse and reverts to like I love you, he gets all, and it could be like very cheesy and stupid, but I don't know, that really worked for me.
Do you think he likes Jessie so much because she's so much like Woody?
I think that he likes Jesse because that is how he was introduced. Like she was like one of the first people he saw when he came into the world, or like at least their story in Toy Story 2, like when he sees her for the first time, and like their journey of her always like deferring to him and their relationship, and then of course when the kid is playing with you to always be married, like yeah, it's gonna fall in line.
Now I want to ask you this: like, do you think there are a couple references to other things in this movie, but do you think you would have liked to seen references to like any other characters, like the villains, like from the Toy Story 4, like the bear,
So Toy Story
Lotso,
3?
or even like Sid or something like that,
Yeah.
you know?
No, man. We already moved on. We already moved on. And that's why I say, like, at one point, then it would feel like a cameo fest or like a fan servicey, like having to rely on those nods to it. Instead, like, no, we made it past these things. Here we are now.
Now this is a big one, like too. Like this is probably the same answer for you. Like Andy. Andy doesn't make.
Get him
He's
out.
not even mentioned. Oh, he
Get
is
him out.
mentioned
Yeah,
in this movie.
he's talked about, but no, I do not want to see like a whole cameo. He's in college right now, bro. Like,
I did see. I don't know how true it is because I only seen one post about it. I think there is going to be Toy Story 6, which makes sense because like it's a
when
cash
this
grab.
makes $1 billion, there will
Which makes sense because it'll be like a trilogy and then it's other trilogy, because it'll be Bonnie's trilogy, It could be her passing along the toys. Who knows? Originally, when Toy Story first came out, and there's gonna be a sequel, like there was gonna be completely different toy kids. Like it's a toy story. It's not like Andy's story, like that. But that would have been cool too, I think. But it just worked with those characters, so they brought them all back. And at this point, like they're doing very well about slowly introducing new characters and like us loving them. Like Forky and this toilet thing, and so I could see. I don't know if they could make another one without the same toys anymore. Like the same, at least Buzz and the original characters.
Yeah, man. I know. Like when I hear they're gonna make Toy Story 6, absolutely makes sense to me. Wrap this up. I then do get nervous if we go beyond that point. Like already thinking ahead. Like I want them to wrap this up in a really good way, but I don't know if there's enough there. The thing that happened, in Toy Story 3 with him giving his toys to Bonnie at the end, and then like the curiosity of that going in 4, and now where we are with 5, like the story of the kid growing up and then giving him to a new kid, like you already touched that. I wouldn't necessarily have the urge to see that again.
I don't know where they could go, but then again, I don't think I predicted this kind of storyline either. So I mean,
yeah, I mean, and shame on them because I really think that they had a really smart and interesting concept with the Lightyear movie. Like, I think that would have been the next route to take if it would have done better. But then they, did the dual release on Disney Plus while in the movies. That killed it, and then obviously had a lot of controversy around it. But
this is COVID though too.
To make a movie, yeah, but other movies around it did better, and for it to be like a Pixar.
That was a big year because that was all like Nope came out around that time, and I think so. There's like I remember going to that week and I saw 4 movies in that there was a lot going on that week.
I just know like I like Lightyear more than most, but the idea of making a genre movie off the character we know that isn't the character, like imagine a movie, a cowboy western set in this universe to a Woody that wasn't our Woody. Like 100%. Like you can now go and do so much based on that, but the concept didn't resonate the same way that they expected.
You don't think so? I was thinking
No, man.
I was thinking like with the upgrade, okay, that might be a possible sequel setup for Buzz Lightyear 2.
Absolutely not. Especially, dude, if you look at everyone's ranking of Pixar movies, Lightyear is in
It's
the
forgotten. I guess
very much so it didn't have the staying power that it needed to justify taking a leap in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Brandon, we talked about this movie a lot longer than I thought we were going to. But I mean, it's such a good movie.
Yeah,
It's
and we're in person too, so it feels
Yeah.
like a little bit more.
4.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. What would you give it? Like out of 1 out of 10?
Yeah, I think I'm right there. I think I like out of 10, it would be an 8.5.
I'm gonna go with 9
for me.
I'm going
Okay,
9.
all right, there
9
you
out
go.
of 10. I don't have too much to complain, if anything at all, really, about this movie. It's just I don't know. Nothing to complain about it. Like, why
No.
isn't it a 10? You know?
Yeah. Well, I think we're stubborn, Rob. I think like I kind of agree with the Rotten Tomatoes of like the first 3 for me, 100%. Like I loved them and everything. Right. These are just a slight, small step down, but they're still great in their own way. So it works.
Definitely go see this movie. And then like, I have 2 other movies to talk about, and we have like a trivia game at the end of the episode too. So stick with us. Like we're already past the hour mark, but we're getting there. The next movie I went to go see, like a very different movie. I'm kind of shocked. Well, I'm not shocked. I actually don't know why, but like it came out the same day as Toy Story 5. I guess like you want as much people in the audience as you in theaters as you see. So like, all right, let's give something to the adults too. The Death of Robin Hood came out, and this is like a. How many adaptations of Robin Hood do you think there are? Movies and television.
Absurd amount. At least 10.
I had to look it up, and there's did you say 10?
I said at least 10.
There's roughly adapted 120 through 150 times of across film and television over the past 100 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Making him one of the most frequently adapted fictional folk heroes in history.
Do you think off the top of your head, we can look this up later, but there's been more about Robin Hood or vampires?
Specifically Dracula, because
Yeah.
I can see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's good. I want to see Robin Hood, though. I want to see
I'll
Robin.
lean a little more Dracula.
That's a very close, tight
it
race.
has to be close.
Yeah,
Crazy.
because Dracula's been around for decades. They're both folk, like coming off of folk stories.
Yeah, folklore. Yeah, for sure.
It's very gruesome, very slow paced, but it's good storytelling. It's starring Hugh Jackman, who plays an older Robin Hood. Bill Skarsgård's in there too, playing little John from the folklore, but he goes by Edward now because he's hiding. I didn't realize that was him until like after I looked at the cast. Like it was unrecognizable. He was great in this movie. Everyone was so good in this movie. If you liked Logan, it's very similar because older, seasoned person who had a very violent past. Because this Robin Hood not only just steals from the good and steals from the bad, gives to the poor. He's a murdering machine. Like he'll murder these people. Okay. Now he's at this point of his life where he's older and he's kind of like hiding out in the mountains because not only when you kill somebody, people are gonna want revenge. So it was just people, and then when you kill those people want revenge for them. Yeah. So that's where he's at in life. Like, he's just waiting around. Like people are like many attempts like to kill this man's life, and it's called The Death of Robin Hood. So it definitely spoils the ending. Like he does die in this movie. That's not a spoiler.
What?
It's a title, but it's about him wanting the right death. You know, like a death he feels like he can live happy or die happy with. Which a couple times you see him like almost die in a battle where he prays for it, but he ends up pulling through, kind of like Wolverine a lot. And then you know, at the end, he does get a satisfying ending for him, which I don't want to spoil too much of what it is, but it does echo a lot of Logan in this movie. Like I said, like a season character.
Does it feel like Logan because it's Hugh Jackman?
Big part of that, but it also has, like I said, like older seasoned hero who is a murder machine who like is just dealing with the consequences he made in life. And it also has like a little girl in this movie too that he kind of like gets attached to and comes protected of.
Logan.
Yes, but there are a couple of different aspects. Like this one does have like I wouldn't say a love interest, but it's a flirty relationship with this one person who ends up like helping him.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil too much. I think you might like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's just gore. Like, and where like there are a couple you see him work with a bow and arrow a couple times. Like not just like arrow after arrow. It's like one arrow because one and done. Okay. You know, he's that badass with it.
When you said that earlier, like, and I was just thinking about the whole conversation around gore. I think what it is for me is I can do gore in the context of where it should be, right? So gore on a battlefield, I'll be like, oh, that's gross, but like that makes sense. I was thinking of Send Help, and when that got like gory and weird out of nowhere, I did not like that. So that's like my line.
Yeah, and you see like it like almost right away.
Okay.
Damn, I was gonna lead with it next too. This movie was shot in Ireland, which is very cool. Like a lot of most of the movie takes place on this secluded island that you have to take a boat to. That's where like the saviors are. It was like a church, people ran by this one woman, and some other people there taking care of children or anyone who needs help really like a little bit. This movie is actually based on the 15th century ballads, which depicted Robin Hood not only as a romantic hero, but as a wicked and murderous bandit who beheaded the sheriff of Nottingham. It has one of my favorite kind of fights in this movie, like fight scenes. Like, it's not like John Wick, like boom, 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 hit, like, man, like a freaking car just hit me. I'm gonna get up and run. It's very exhaustion fighting in this movie. Like, where we're fighting, like, obviously you can't fucking do this for all day. Like, he just like escaped a fire and he has like smoke all in his lungs probably, and he's like, he's like exhaustion, like fighting to the death, trying to like make sure he gets upper hand. You know, so you do see like realistic shit like that in this movie too. You see him like hunting a lot in this movie.
Okay.
So you see them like killing animals and skinning them.
Well, yes, you know. Then I get.
Yeah, but those scenes like easily you can look away, so it's not that
yeah.
bad. And that was pretty much it. That's all I got. I don't want to spoil too much for this movie.
No,
for you, 'cause you
okay.
haven't
So
seen
what do you give it?
Probably a 6.5 to closer to 7 out of 10.
Okay, and then is it worth going to the theater or waiting for?
You could
streaming?
wait. You
Okay.
definitely could wait.
Okay.
I went in the theater like this. This is the same weekend as Toy Story, so everyone at the theater is going to that movie. There was a good handful of people in my theater, but it was a smaller theater, so it looks more than what it was.
Okay. And last but not least, the one thing I did hear was that while there is action in it, it's very slow paced.
Yeah.
Is that correct? It's like
No. Yeah.
crazy.
The trailer is amazing, but like it is very, very slow paced. It kind of reminds me of like I think of Logan mixed with like the Northerner. What's that movie that came out a couple years ago?
The Northerner?
The Northerners? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Skarsgård?
It's exactly like that mixed together. So I mean, and the fact that it's Robin, it's cool. Like Hugh Jackman does look badass. Old gray long hair. You know, he's ripped in this too.
I just watched him in The Greatest Showman 2 days ago.
I love that movie.
So...
Top 3 musicals of all time, I think. I'm mad. I should have picked that for my freaking choice last week. Anyways,
I still think about that. That's so funny to me.
And I did see one last movie. It just came out this past weekend on Netflix. I'm gonna try to keep up with the Netflix releases and all that too. Voicemails for Isabel. Released on Netflix, and it's right up your alley, Brandon. It's a very rom-com thing, but I don't think it's original. It reminds me so much of the movie that came out a couple years ago in theaters called Love Again with, I believe, Celine Dion's in there too.
Okay.
Very similar plots, like almost like it's exactly the same.
Oh, jeez.
But this one, it's kind of crazy because like you forget, like watching these movies growing up, this is like how you depict adulthood to be.
Okay.
And then like now, like in their early 20s, is like these kids are fucking idiots.
They're children.
Yeah, like it's crazy. So it's about, I don't know if you knew anything about this.
Mm-mm.
This movie is about 2 sisters growing up. One is sick with cancer, and they grow up and like she has cancer most of their lives. And it follows them all, like a montage all the way up through like college. And then the healthy sister, she moves out to they think they live in New Jersey, New York, something like that. That really doesn't matter. But she moves to San Francisco to do culinary school. And that was her dream. But she still calls her sister every day. They're very close. They're very tight. And they do like fun dances over the phone together. It's as built up as the relationship to show how important it was. The movie did phenomenal with that. Okay. And the dying sister is played by Sierra Bravo, who I know from Big Time Rush, who plays a little sister in that one.
Oh, hell yeah.
I like her a lot.
Okay. Good for her.
But before I go on further, I think this movie is C+ writing with B- acting.
Okay.
That's just me though. Like that's what these movies are for. This movie is in its own genre.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway, she moves and she gets a call her sister died. And it's very sad. Like I'm not spoiling anything like that. That's the whole premise of the movie. So to cope with it, she still calls her sister. And obviously the phone, she doesn't have a phone anymore. So she just leaves voicemail for her. It's like a diary almost, but like she's talking to her sister directly. Absolutely. A little bit, something coping mechanism for her. Now, coincidentally, this guy inherits a work phone and it's the same phone number as that. So he's getting all the voicemails. I don't think that's how that works, first of all.
But okay.
He starts getting all the voicemails and he starts kind of like getting interested in this woman. Like she's telling about like how things are going at school, some dates she went on. He's really learning about her whole life. He doesn't even know the sister's dead. She's just assuming she's calling the wrong number. So he starts like getting interested, and coincidentally, he has a job that he has to go to San Francisco to do, and he meets her. He listens to her to find out where she's going to be, and he bumps into her and coincidentally says all the right things, you know, like, oh, where do you get breakfast tacos? Or like, he knows like her favorite things. He just plays it to his advantage. Now there's a point in the movie where it's obvious where he breaks the news to her, like, hey, like I think she finds out. He was trying to tell her, but how do you tell somebody
spoilers?
How do you tell somebody about
watch out for spoilers, Rob?
But obviously but Nick Offerman is in this movie too.
Okay.
He plays a chef she works for, like interning for him. But I feel like he watched The Bear and only picked the bad parts of it, being a dick to them. And which is character development for her because she gets balls and like stands up to him, you know. So I mean, I don't want to spoil too much after that. But it is very similar to that other movie I told you about, because that one, her fiance dies and she's texting his old number, and then this other guy gets the messages too, and same thing, learns about her and like plays it to his advantage, and then it all falls apart at the end.
Such a
But there is like a lame,
grimy
like,
thing,
there
yeah.
is like, he's running in the rain to go find her, and then he like gives a big speech, and I was like, I don't think any girl would really fall for this dumb shit. And it like pisses me off, like when a big plot of the point is like she doesn't have money, but she's living in San Francisco going to school, but yet you have this really decent apartment with like a lot of furniture and a lot of like stuff that makes it lived in. I was like, I don't think you're struggling for money at all. She buys a food truck. I was like, I don't.
That's that. You ever watch House Hunters?
Yeah,
Like when they be like, $2.3 million home. She,
she's a school teacher.
She's a school teacher, and he looks at butterflies all day. And, it's like, what the hell? Like that doesn't happen. But yeah,
it's you would like people would love rom-coms. They're gonna love this movie.
Okay,
it's not for me though.
I can't wait.
I think I gave it like a 1.5 out of the Letterboxd, which, like I said, I was out of the norm because it was like a 3 point for people who wanted to watch this movie.
It's a good sign.
I went out of 10, probably give it 3.
Okay, that's terrible, Rob, but we'll get you there.
Yeah. But I have a trivia game. We were trying to do games and one of those, but I have a Pixar trivia game for you.
Okay.
Now it's gonna be levels. It's gonna be easy level, medium, and hard.
Oh God.
Now the harder ones, I'm kind of nervous you're not gonna pass. But you are a Pixar fan. You love Pixar.
Yeah,
you're the Pixar guy.
But I famously like what I like, so we'll see.
All right. I think that the first 5 are easy, or first 7 are easy. Medium is 5 or 6 questions, and the hard is like 5 questions. All right, so the first one. What is the name of the cowboy in Toy Story?
Woody.
All right. What kind of fish is Nemo in Finding Nemo?
Clownfish.
In Cars, what is the name of the red race car?
Lightning McQueen. Ka-chow.
Which Pixar features a rat who dreams of becoming a chef?
Ratatouille.
What emotion is represented yellow in Inside Out?
Joy. These are too easy, Rob.
They are easy, but you'll be surprised to watch.
Okay.
What is the name of the elderly man who flies his house over the balloons and up?
Oh, what is his name? Oh my God. What does it start with? Letter.
C.
Oh, I was going to say Charlie.
You're kind of close.
Charles Chuck?
No.
What is it?
Carl Fredrickson.
Carl. I knew that. Dang it.
In Monsters, Inc., what nickname do Sally and Mike give the little girl?
Boo.
Boo. All right. Survived this. Kind of survived the easy round.
I can't believe that one stumped me.
Yeah, medium round. What is the name of the city where Luca takes place?
Oh, I didn't watch Luca. Yeah, I hate that. Well, I watched half of it.
Yeah, it's just the talent you don't like, right?
Yeah.
Porto Rosso.
No shot.
What is the name of the restaurant where Remy works in Ratatouille?
Okay, so how the hell?
You do know it.
Do I?
Yes.
La something?
No. It's a name. I'll give you that.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say like Lorenzo's. Yeah. What is it?
Gusto's.
Okay, so I had the stoves at the end.
Sure.
Right.
What emotion is accidentally left behind with joy at the start of Inside Out?
Sadness.
Sadness. What is the name of the daycare in Toy Story 3?
See, I know Lotso. Yeah, no shot.
Sunnyside Daycare.
Sunnyside. I didn't know that. Dang it.
This one, don't overthink this at all. Just give me a generic answer. What species is Kevin in Up? Don't overthink it.
He's a dodo bird?
Don't overthink it.
He's a bird.
Okay. Giant exotic bird.
Yeah. He's like a mix of a flamingo and a peacock and
ostrich a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
The Incredibles, what is Mr. Incredible's real name?
Bob
Parr.
Yep.
I'll give this to you. What is the name of the trash compacting robot in Wall-E? Bonus points if you can guess the acronym.
Eve?
No. The trash compacting one. Okay, it's not a trick question. It's Wall-E.
You threw me off there. I was like,
bonus points if you can guess the acronym, though.
Wall-E? No shot.
Waste Allocation Load Lifter Earth Class.
Yeah, you would have had to give me the game if I got that right.
Yeah. All right, and we're going to head to the hard round. This is also trivia for the game, but Pixar itself.
Okay.
What is the Pixar's first feature-length film?
Toy Story.
Toy Story is correct. What is the number that frequently appears as an Easter egg throughout Pixar movies?
Number?
Yes.
3?
That's part of it.
30?
No. It's like
53.
You know this answer. It's a classroom that all the artists went to.
103?
No, it's A113. A113. A113.
Okay.
Yeah, you see it he's either an address or like a license plate number usually. I don't know if we found this one yet, but it's going to be there somewhere. Who was a famous food critic in Ratatouille? These are hard.
Yeah, his name, I have no idea.
Anton Ego.
Ego.
Yeah. What is the name of the energy company in Monsters, Inc.?
Oh, I don't know it, but I know
You do know it.
it's. Dang it! 'Cause I just watched Monsters University. Gare.
No.
Yeah.
In Monsters, Inc., the company is called Monsters Incorporated. That's literally the name of the movie.
Bro, we're cutting this.
Yeah. This one's really hard.
Okay.
Before becoming a race car, what kind of vehicle was Doc Hudson based on?
Police car.
Yeah, they're looking for a model. 1951 Hudson Hornet.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the last one I got for you. Which Pixar movie was the first to win an Academy Award for Best Animated Picture?
Was it Up? No,
No.
Up was the first nominated for Best Picture. So the best
No.
one to win
I can
was
tell you
it?
that.
For Best Picture?
Not maybe picture, but this
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
I'm talking about for
Best
Best
Picture.
Animated
Best
Feature.
Picture. Nemo.
Finding Nemo. Yeah. I got a couple bonus questions too.
I knew that.
How many emotions were introduced in the original Inside Out?
5.
Yep. What is the name of the pizza restaurant referenced across numerous Pixar movies? Pizza Planet.
I'm an assistant manager.
So he wasn't your Halloween cut?
3 years in a row.
Get creative, guy. Come on.
Well, I keep getting promoted each year. Like I started,
You're the owner now?
I started as a delivery driver, and then I was a shift lead, so I had my headset. Now I'm an assistant manager.
Drive through and stuff like that.
This year I will be a full franchise owner. I'm going suit and tie this year.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
See what I mean? Yeah, get creative.
What year was Pixar founded? 10 years before we were born.
1985.
86.
86.
Damn, you were older than me. I forgot. Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Okay.
You did medium on that.
Hey, you know what? There was some deep cuts.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there were some that I overthought, like the Wallywood. Like obviously, I was off base there,
throw you off. Predictions for next week, because we have a lot of movies coming out next week.
Yeah.
Supergirl, opening weekend, box office. What do you think?
Yeah, I think right now it's trending really well. I think it'll probably do around 60 mil opening weekend.
I think I'm gonna go with just under 55.
Okay.
Between 55 and 60, I'll give it.
I'm an optimist. Okay,
Yeah.
watch this.
Just because, bad timing. Pixar.
Yeah, well, derivative character, obviously.
Do you think it's gonna be better than Superman?
The box office?
No. Those
The
movie
movies?
wise.
No.
Not a shot,
Can't
right?
be.
It's a prequel, right? This takes place before Superman, I believe.
I believe so, because she's getting crypto or something like that.
Oh
Superman's
yeah,
phenomenal.
obviously.
I love Superman.
Yeah,
I love Superman.
yeah. Have you seen a lot of behind the scenes footage of Man of Tomorrow that we filming right now? Looks cool. The fighting scenes.
Yeah. No, so I don't think so. I think it's going to be well liked. I think it will be well received, but I think when you have a copy of a copy being Supergirl, we don't.
But this is also
necessarily...
the first time we're getting Supergirl in her own solo movie.
Yeah, but
I don't. I'm already seeing the cosplays in it.
Yeah, she's gonna be super popular, and I think that there is, Superman did really good for getting goodwill for DC, right? Like obviously with the new direction that they're going in, but I think we will go watch it, and I think the word of mouth will be good, but we'll see.
I don't think it's going to do enough to deserve a sequel.
I don't even think that's the goal. I think that it just needs to make a profit. I think that it's like Superman famously, I talked about this, I think, with you, is it didn't need to make $1 billion. It just needed to get the bad taste out of everyone's mouth. And I think that it didn't need to do well. I think that's similar to Supergirl. I think they just need some consistent hits, and they need to show us what the tone looks like. That's why it's been brighter. That's why it's been more fun. That's why Supergirl's going for a little bit more spacey. And then they're going to give us Man Tomorrow. And we got Clayface coming in between that. I think that they are just going for a consistent route before they start getting some hitters in.
Lance is coming out. Lance is Jon Stewart is confirmed to be in Man of Tomorrow too.
Really?
And so is Guy Gardner.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, Jackass is also coming out next week too. You're not excited for that?
Not even.
I'm very excited for that.
I saw the trailer. I'm like, man, y'all too old to be doing this.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I think they said the last 2 movies are gonna be the last ones.
That's what I mean. Stop it.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. I'm predicting. Who we say 655? If they're lucky, 30.
30. Okay, I was. Oh, you were making me nervous. Yeah, if they're lucky, dude.
In The Invitation, which I talked about, I was excited for on this podcast before with Seth Rogen and Edward Norton.
Forgot about that one.
That's the thing. No one knows about this movie, so I think they're gonna be tied with around 30 or something like that. I don't think it's gonna do that
18
well.
18 at best. Yeah,
probably. And it's an A24 movie too.
Yeah, they'll be lucky.
You didn't
But
see you haven't seen a trailer in these past couple movies?
I saw the invitation. I saw the original trailer. I don't think I've heard anything else about it.
I think there's only been one trailer that's been released for this.
See? No shot.
Yeah, but Seth Rogen, like I've been watching the Platonic show. It's like I'm just on a Seth Rogen kick right now.
As you should be.
And then I think about like going back and watching like Knocked Up and stuff like that. I was like, damn, he really has evolved as an actor and writer and stuff like that.
Better.
He's amazing. So and Edward Norton's dope in there too.
Yeah.
Penelope Cruz is in there. Yeah, so I'm excited. I think it's gonna be similar to Robin Hood in my theater. Like it's gonna be a handful of people.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. All right, Brandon. Pretty cool episode. I'm excited you're here. Yeah, you're in town for a wedding, so congrats to your friends getting married.
Absolutely.
And then next week you'll probably be back in your house. I'll be back at my house, geeking out over Supergirl.
Talking crazy.
Talking crazy. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you everyone for subscribing to the YouTube channel. And stay tuned next week. We'll be saving a seat.